To engineering.
And welcome back. I have been required, I am required even in engineering. Let's go there.
Ah, Commander. I was wondering when you'd be stopping by. Welcome to engineering. Anything they can dream up in the research labs, we can build it here. Speaking of which, Dr. Valen has just sent us some new schematics. With your approval, we will begin fabrication.
Yeah, that guy's voice annoys me a lot. It annoys me too much. It's not healthy. I believe they want me to build some medkits, really? Okay, well, I'm okay with that. Medkits really useful.
To mission control.
I'm not sure if I'm going to get much use out of them. Usually you use the medkits on support classes, and I'm probably not going to have many support classes during the game, but hey, we'll get them anyway. I suppose I can chuck them on a couple of snipers. Alrighty, I believe I was required in mission control. Alright. Why am I required in mission control? I was expecting a cutscene. No, okay, scan for activity then. Okay, there we go. Got our first abduction site.
Commander, we've picked up multiple requests for assistance. Abductions in progress are marked on the hologlobe.
So each of the abduction sites gives you some sort of reward. So for instance, if I go to India, I will get 4 scientists. I go to Russia, I'm going to get 4 engineers. If I go to Canada, I'm going to get some money. Now at this point, engineers and scientists are the most important. Getting more of those early on in the game means that research and construction are going to be going to take less time in terms of research, and construction is going to be cheaper for weapons and extra buildings and things like that. Money isn't as important at this point, simply because I'm going to get some extra money soon from the council. You get money each month from the council. Or from each of the countries, depending on where you've got satellites. And I'll get a new batch of money in. I believe there you go. It's the 2nd of March. I'll get a new bit of money in 29 days. So anyway, we'll probably not do the Canada mission. I reckon early on, scientists are the most important, simply because they give you that edge early on in the game to get that technology out earlier. It means you can get better armor, better upgrades for your men. There's a thing called the scope, which is not too bad. It gives you a nice little bonus to aim, which early on in the game is great because all the recruits and squaddies have terrible aim. So I think we'll go for the mission in Bangalore, India. Let's do it. So here we go. We got our 4 guys, or 3 guys and 1 girl. Recruit Novakova. Seems to be we've got a pretty Russian-heavy lineup. Oh no, Barlev is Jewish. That's news to me. What else have we got here? So we'll keep it nice and multicultural. We'll take a wanna say Norwegian. I actually don't know what that flag was. Anyway, so in this screen you can change what they've got, what they take into battle with them. So obviously I can't get any different armor or weapons yet. We'll do a pistol. I believe I've got a couple of, there you go, so I can get a medkit. So we'll chuck a medkit on this guy. We'll have 2 medkits about. So we'll have a medkit on that guy and a medkit on this one. Probably more to keep themselves alive than anyone else, because these guys are recruits, and as I mentioned, I am horrible at keeping recruits alive. I've just pressed the right mouse button, so I've gone back here, didn't want to do that, back to Bangalore, and it was just saving. I didn't know Iron Man auto-saved. Ha! That's gonna be fun. I suppose that's the whole point. Alrighty, so yes, everyone still has their loadouts. Let's do it. Let's get it done. So when you scan for activity, the clock down here ticks forward. It goes by relatively quickly too. Relatively quickly, goes by a lot quicker. When you're going between missions, it does tick up again as well. Obviously not as quickly. I've flown out to India. I'm going to begin the assault on the alien invaders.
The area of engagement for this mission will be in India. We've picked up a local broadcast indicating alien activity within a major metropolitan area.
Let's do it. So mostly at the start of the missions, unless it's a specific special mission, it's nothing important or interesting. So I'll probably skip most of those. There's some important storyline cutscenes later on in the game, and I will watch those, but for the most part I'll probably skip the
Roger, Big
ones
Sky.
that are outside of the
Reading
story.
you 5x5. Strike 1 has the green light for deployment.
Ooh, that's a bit ominous. We're fighting in a graveyard. Don't know how I feel about that. Don't know how the guys feel about that. I wouldn't be too happy if I was them. All the places to fight, graveyard would be probably the one I'd want to fight in least. Okay, we'll go down there. He's got a big rocket launcher on the back. Ready to blow some aliens up. I do want to avoid blowing up too much because, like the scientist woman says up in the top right corner, it actually stops you from getting weapons fragments, which are actually pretty important. You need those for a lot of things, so I will refrain from blowing up too many aliens early on in the game. It does get to a point where you've got enough weapons fragments to do whatever you want. Oh, okay, alien contact. Let's get it done. So, being an assault class, he has the ability run and gun. Whether or not I'm going to use it is a different story. I could actually lob a grenade in there, maybe? Yes, I'm not sure if that'll hit both of them, but I can throw a grenade. I can't remember what the second one went. I believe he went all the way over here, though. So we'll do the running gun. Let's get him up there, get him some action. So basically, running gun allows them to use their second dash movement as I suppose, a positioning thing. And oh my god, this was a terrible idea. Not only am I not guaranteed to hit, which I would have really liked, he's now in front of two of them. And that grenade probably would have killed both of them. So let's have a crack on. Yes. So he's probably dead. He's probably pretty dead. Which is disappointing because he was someone who wasn't a squatty. This is how I was playing when it was on normal. And on normal you kind of get away with it because the aliens, when they'd hit, they didn't do much damage. They're going to hit a lot more in this. And they're going to hit harder, I believe. I'm not sure what the differences between difficulty levels are. But it's probably bad for my guys when they're up close and personal with two of the aliens. But he's being very kind and moving out of the way. Oh, apparently he can still shoot me. He's not shooting me. So this is his mind link ability I was talking about in the first mission. They get some sort of bonus to health. Well, they get an obvious bonus to health and some sort of bonus otherwise. Couldn't tell you what it is though. Oh, that's not what I was expecting. He shot... Okay, fair enough. Now if I can fire this rocket through there... No, I can't. That's really disappointing. I'd have loved to get that in there. But with any luck, I will be able to lob a grenade. Yeah, I will. Okay, so what I've learned is throwing grenades... sorry, not throwing grenades. Killing the one that is doing the mind linking will actually kill the one that's being buffed as well. Which is really handy. It's a good way to, you know, kill two birds with one stone. Or two aliens with one grenade. Especially considering the grenades only do 3 damage. And he gets an extra one. Gets an extra point of health. So that's 2 aliens down. I have no idea how many more we have to go. Hopefully it's not too many. Because I don't want to lose my recruits. So Barlev is already nearly dead. That's not good. It's not good at all. Ignatiev is looking nice and healthy, despite running headlong into 2 of the aliens, and the other 2, Anderson and Haugen, excuse me, are both looking fine as well.
Enemy spotted.
Okay, so they're all the way over there. Nowhere near where anyone else is. Making it difficult for me. No, it wasn't going to be easy. Alright, see what they do. They're going to shoot at my recruit. It's really rude. So, yep, there's destructible cover in the game. Certainly makes the game very interesting. This guy's got a flank on one of my guys. Yep, that missed alright. That missed really, really badly. So I could fire the rocket here, I think, and kill both of them. That might hit both of them. It might not. Who doesn't like explosions though? Let's give it a crack. Yes, there we go. So that rocket can only be used once a game, once a round. But got the job done. Everyone's alive. All the aliens are dead. We've got 4 extra scientists. Mission success. So right now way back to the base. You can see our little satellite over Japan there. Landing home and see if anyone's getting... No one's getting
Commander to the
a promotion.
Situation Room.
It's disappointing. So after each battle, depending on the damage people have taken, they are either active again, they can go straight back into the fight, or they get wounded or gravely wounded. Ronan Barlev has been gravely wounded, so he's out of the fight 14 days. It's a long time to not have one of my guys in. More disappointingly was my 2 recruits didn't even get promoted.
Commander.
That's a pretty big setback, actually.
Every member of the council is going to
So
want
we'll go back to the
satellite
situation
coverage,
room.
so we should plan our deployments carefully.
So I never really took notice of this. It was more this stuff. This is the panic meter. Once the panic meter reaches 5 at the end of each month, if a country has a full panic meter, at the end of each month it will actually leave the XCOM program, taking with it its funding and its bonus. I believe you get bonuses to scientists and such. Yeah, okay, so I only have one of 2 in orbit, none available. I need to build more. Build another satellite to put up in the air. So each satellite gives you a certain amount of money per month, depending on the country. There you go. Stuff's different. Blah 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 blah. You know, 150 per month to China. You get 50 per month from Australia. Being nice and useful there. Good stuff, guys. And once you
I'm
get
receiving you. We'll monitor that contact.
Okay.
I don't think it's related to the UFO activity.
Yeah, so once you get satellites over an entire continent, so this includes China, Japan, India, and Australia, this is Asia, you will get the bonus future combat, which I believe is the bonus that you would have gotten if you chose that as your base area. Putting satellites in the countries or over the countries reduces their panic, so at the moment my prime candidates for satellites would be Russia or Canada, but it's a matter of getting the necessary satellites up in the air. And yeah, you also get extra personnel per month depending on where you've got your satellites.
Nothing to report
So
at the moment.
at the moment
Boards are clear.
I'm getting +1 engineer, 160 Somalians a month. That looks like the Somalian sign. Yeah, we're going to call them Somalians from now on. And yeah, that's all I'm getting at the moment because I only got the 1 satellite. So we might actually rectify that straight away. Go build by items, over this one, and build a satellite. So at the moment satellites are really expensive. I mean 100 for 1 satellite, 100 Somalians. Whereas I believe it's down to like 20 on my other playthrough, which I did consider going through, but it's I like playing from the start. I want to play from the start. Give people that haven't seen the game a real chance. I should have watched that. So that was basically going to tell you what you can read here. I have a new objective, which is capture a live alien. So yeah, you get, after each research is done, you get this stuff. I'm not going to have this up for too long because there's a lot of reading. And you get new constructions. That can be found. That can be buildings, or it can be equipment. I believe we'll do a research now to get extra weapons. I believe no. If we do weapons fragments, I believe we will get
I
the
appreciate
scope.
your efforts to support the research team,
Or the
Commander.
SCOP.
I've already
It's
put the
actually
new recruits to
abbreviated.
work in the lab. I'm still having a hard time grasping what it is the aliens are hoping to accomplish
So throughout the
here.
game, they give you this
Are
insight
they
into
studying us?
their thoughts, I suppose.
Why abduct humans seemingly at random? There must be a pattern that we haven't established yet.
Must be indeed. So this is the XCOM facility. You've got the barracks, you've got space that's yet to be dug out, and space that's yet to be well, that's space for your elevator shaft. So in the engineering, you go
We
build
still got
facilities,
some room to grow up here, but if we really want to expand
and you
our
need
facilities, we're
to
going have
excavate
start
these
excavating
areas to
beneath the base.
build.
Unfortunately, the deeper we go, the more it's going to cost.
Shen is talking. Okay, so yeah, you get all these spaces to build facilities in. You need to build access lifts to get access to these, lower levels. You've got these steam areas, which allows you to build thermodynamic generators. I believe that's what they're called, actually. I think they're just thermo generators. Thermodynamic doesn't make any sense. So yeah, You can build separate facilities. At the moment, the alien containment is my priority because they want to capture a live alien and interrogate it. But for the moment, I can't build anything. Don't have any money. So we won't be doing anything there. So now what I wanted to show you is the officer training room, which I can't.
I still can't believe
Because it
Dr.
doesn't-
Vaughn expects our troops to try to bring one of those things
exist
back
at the
here in
moment.
one
Okay.
piece.
I believe you need to
Much
have a
less
certain
alive.
level of soldiers before you can do that. So I do need to play through just normally until I get one of my guys to a certain level. The only way to do that is by killing aliens. Let's get scanning. Okay, so we're going to do research. What can we get? Yeah, this gives me the scope. So I'm going to go and make a few scopes. It is actually really, really good. Really good bonus for rookies in the start of the game. Rookies and squaddies. Gives plus 10 aim bonus.
We've made a number of interesting discoveries based on the autopsy results of the alien specimen you brought back. The research team is now referring to
Yummy.
this particular variation as a sectoid, based on the unusual structure of its internal organs, which we believe to be the product of genetic manipulation. As we've seen in the field, this species also seems to harbor some sort of telepathic ability.
So it would seem. Okay, so they'll perform an autopsy on the sectoid, and we'll get more technology and such out of that. Alright, in the meantime, it's time to scan for activity. Here we go. So occasionally you'll get a UFO contact, in which you have to scramble the interceptors. You get a certain amount of jets over each continent. You have to build them there, obviously. You have to put them there and assign them. Fit them out with whatever weapon you please after you've researched it and built it, and then occasionally you'll need to send them out to do this. Shoot down UFOs.
We have eyes on the bandit.
And then you get this little screen. You don't really have much of a say. Later on in the game you get some options down here for your interceptors to do. But at the moment, nothing. And as you've seen, we just shot down a UFO. So,
Central, this is
Celebration
Voodoo 37. We have a confirmed kill on Bogey 001. I repeat, the UFO is down. How copy, over?
Solid copy, Voodoo 37. Nice work. Central out. All right, people. Retask Recon Satellite Bravo and get me a visual on that crash site.
She's coming into range now, sir.
On screen. Magnify. Still in one piece. Commander, I recommend we get a strike team to the crash site immediately.
alright, so this will be our first attack on a UFO. So the UFOs are really, really good for things like taking them, and I didn't get a chance to produce any scopes, which is really disappointing. But yeah, you go in there and usually they contain a lot of alien resources. So alloys, alien alloys, which are really, really important. You know, that's what you use to produce weapons and equipment and stuff like that. And I believe Illyrium. You get a bit of Illyrium from killing all the aliens and taking their satellites home, their UFOs home. And you get parts of the UFO, which are handy for mostly selling on the grey market, as it's called. Not much else. So we've got a new recruit here, Anastasia Novikova. Give her a medkit. See how she goes with that. So that means we got 2 Russians, a Swede, or a Norwegian even, and an Australian. It's a big count. So early on, you've only got 4 troops, I believe. I believe you can. I haven't seen my my officer training score yet, so I don't know if I can
You'll be heading into Japan for the next mission.
upgrade them.
It looks like the aliens went down in a sparsely populated area. If there are civilians in the
That
area,
seems kind of silly to have an option to disable part of the game, because eventually you can get a squad to, you know, a full sort of.
loud and clear, Big
You can get a
Sky.
squad of 6
We'll
people.
monitor those readings
Finally,
from here.
the words have
Strike
come to
1
me.
is authorized to assault the alien craft.
That's odd.